Yeah, I really run it up. 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 Yeah, ain't been no game. I got that work from follow they hit in my bucket. They told me we made it. They looking for cowards. We stacking that walking. See, I put my name on it. Live with that smoke and that gun. I pay for that cover. See, I put my name on it.
Welcome to Swayed Soul, another edition of Swayed Soul, and we got an incredible guest for you today, Mr. Joe Newman. And I don't even want to begin to talk about the many talents and give him a moniker in one place, because this man is incredible. Mr. Newman, I want to thank you for being on the Swayed Soul show today. How are you today?
I'm really good, Harold, and I really appreciate you having me on. It's very nice and very, very nice.
So no, I wanna, I've known you for a long time. This gentleman here has been a mentor to me. He's taught me a lot of things when it came to just even in business and marketing on the ways we have connected with each other. He's become a friend, someone I've known for over a decade. So, with all that being said, I want to bring him into the show and get right down to it, Mr. Newman. So let's talk about, I want to start off right off and let everybody who know who Joe Newman is. So let's talk about your childhood. So give us an insight on how you started in this life living lesson, and tell us about Joe Newman in that aspect.
Well, I appreciate, you're being very modest, Harold. I've really enjoyed having you as part of the ABA for the last 10, 12, 13 years. And as I've said to you and to many people many times through the years, you're probably one of the brightest, most perceptive people that we've ever had in the ABA. So I feel it's just terrific to have you a part of the ABA, a part of my life. Good man. That being said, I'm 83 years old, Harold, and I've been I've retired in 1983. I've retired in 1996. I came out of retirement to start with the ABA with a partner who was the co-founder of the original ABA and the co-founder of the original Indiana Pacers. But going way back, I am from New York. Even though I was born in Baltimore, we consider ourselves New Yorkers because my parents were, and my dad was in broadcasting. So we traveled around the country, and it happened to be at a very short period of time when he was in Baltimore that I was born, and when the next day went back to New York. They were both very liberal people, and they, way before the subject of civil rights existed, it did exist. But in the very earliest days, they hated discrimination, they hated bigotry, they hated racism, and they raised my 8 brothers and sisters, there were 9 of us, to have the same feelings. And they were very vocal long before the Civil Rights Act, long before much of the changes that developed in the 60s and into the 50s and 40s. They were very outspoken about their lack of tolerance for anyone who was intolerant. And so wherever we went, and because Dad was in broadcasting, we not only lived in New York, but we lived in many parts of the Deep South. Lived in Louisiana, we lived in Mississippi, we lived in Florida, we lived in Virginia in the height of segregation and the height of where racism really reared its ugly head. But my 4 brothers and sisters and I did not believe in that. And as a result of that, we very early on respected people for who they are, not the color of their skin, not their religion, not their nationality. And that's the way we grew up, and that became a part of our life. And because we were not wealthy, but fairly well-to-do, we, much of the time, even though we lived in the Bronx and we lived in Brooklyn, where there was much more integration during that period, we lived on Long Island on the North Shore and did not have everyday direct exposure to the Black community or the Hispanic community, but we certainly did when we were in New Orleans or Waveland, Mississippi, or Gulfport, Mississippi, or Jacksonville, Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, Richmond, and Petersburg, Virginia. So we really saw racism at its worst, and were very strong against it. And that's, as a young person, that's the way we felt. But I did not have a chance to really make an impact in that area until I was a little bit older, and shortly after I went into the ad agency business, when I ultimately, after I got out of the Army, came to Indianapolis, Indiana, which was so proud of the lack of African Americans in the city, so proud that they were not like, quote, New York, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, as if that was a badge of honor, because they did not have the problems that Philadelphia, Baltimore, et cetera, were having with the fact that they were growing numbers and percentages of the African American or the Black population. So when I came here and I saw that, I said, just out of the Army, very, very young, I said, you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this. Okay? No Black radio station, no Blacks in radio and TV, redlining of houses, and a myriad of other things that bothered me as an individual. And so I started to do something about it. And I think at that particular point, I started to make a difference. Early on, I was one of the people behind Indiana Black Expo, which became the largest Black Expo in the country. The first year they had it, when Reverend Sanders and Charles Williams had it, it was a show that was exactly opposite of what the Black community should be doing. There was a lot of music, there was a lot of sports, and there was no substance. And it bothered me because they were creating and perpetuating the same stereotype that the Black America was mired in. And so I said, look, in order for this to be relevant, we need to talk about subjects that you're not talking about. And it includes economic empowerment, and it included education, and it included housing, and it faced directly into the systemic racism that existed, even though here it was sort of under the table. We had to bring it out in the open, and we need to put relevancy into Black Expo. And fortunately, because I had an ad agency with some power at that point, I was able to bring very bright young people who went on to great careers in Indianapolis in broadcasting and community and involvement and social changes and justice, so that Indianapolis really improved dramatically and helped bring the first Black radio station on the air, WTLC Radio, which became one of the great models of Black radio in the United States, and got great people into broadcasting and great people into advertising agencies and TV and radio sales, and caught the attention of a lot of people. So ultimately, my ad agency, which was pretty good, and I handled a lot of very big accounts, my ad agency became representative of all the developing Black business that came in Indianapolis. So I really prospered from it, but I didn't do it because of that. It turned out to be that way. And I think Indianapolis became better for it. And I started to get a lot of accolades for what I was doing, and not the kind of resistance that one might have expected. Why? Because what I had was economic clout. I mean, radio stations and TV stations and businesses could not say no to me because I had a large advertising agency. Well, I became the ad agency of the Home Builders Association, and guess what? Home building started to bring into the Black community. I helped start the first Black bank in Indianapolis, Midwest National Bank, and explained how set-asides worked and minority investments worked and so forth. And subsequently, I was able to generate some economic clout and put some pressure on the other banks and to make an impact on the redlining that was going on, because I was handling most of the major subdivisions in Indianapolis. And so all of that really gave me the opportunity to do what I always wanted to do. And then the Indiana State Police was sued because of their lack of minority recruitment. And they came to me because I was known for what I'm doing and said, we need to put a class of Black trainees into the academy because we have been sued to increase the number of minority members of the Indiana State Police. And so Superintendent DeBard gave me $100,000, and I said, okay. I spent $20,000, but I did not do it in a racial way. I used media, but not the message. The message was we were looking for good people, but I used the media in Fort Wayne and in the Northeast Indiana, in Gary and Hammond, in Evansville, and of course in Indianapolis. And we put in 40 minorities and women into the academy. And when that happened, that graduating class of 40 Black troopers graduated with the second highest grade in the history of the academy. And they all looked like Quinn Buckners. I mean, I had an army of beautiful people. But as I said to the Superintendent DeBard, who was a good man, and his successor, Superintendent Shuttle, I said, the problem you have is you have white troopers all over Indiana, and we don't know whether they can accept Black troopers or not, and we don't know whether their captains and their assignees are going to treat these people properly. So I said, what I want to do is I want to have sensitivity training, and I want to go in and just meet with all the Black troopers around the United States to be able to integrate these wonderful young people that I brought into the academy into the Indiana State Police. Well, the FBI heard about that, and so the FBI hired me, took me to Washington, and flew me in on the FBI's plane, and I get to explain not to J. Edgar Hoover or whoever was in there at the time what I was doing and why not only the recruitment of minorities was important to law enforcement, but notice I'm married, but also that they had to be brought into it as full-fledged members, treated properly, and not put into Black areas and putting Black troopers in the Black areas while all the white troopers were going into the white areas. I said, what you need to do is give them some sensitivity training. And because the troopers are good people, I'm talking about the white troopers, are good people, but never really had an opportunity to have anybody talk to them like that. The way they brought them in was so good. Ultimately, one of my graduates, I'm not calling them my graduates, but one of my graduates ultimately became the superintendent of the Indiana State Police. That's how good they were. And they became commanders and lieutenants and exhibited the same qualities they had as part of the academy. So to me, that's one of the highlights of my career, but it really didn't stop there. It really started there. and
Well,
it's
you're
been a
right, and
progression.
I wanna ask a question about your interaction with one of the, one of the most famous people that we all know is KFC, Colonel Sanders. Tell a story on how your interaction with Colonel Sanders came about.
Well, that's really an interesting question. I was I got out of the Army and came here from Greenville, South Carolina, where I was on WFBC TV at that time. And I did television shows, real estate shows in different cities. And I happened to go to Greenville, South Carolina, didn't like it here. And I worked with my dad, who has since passed away. And we had a show called The House Detective. And he and I was very good at selling realtors and builders to come on that show. And he said, Joe, why don't you go to Indianapolis, Indiana? I'd never heard of Indianapolis, but go to Indianapolis, Indiana, and we'll put the show on there and then see if you can open up additional shows in additional cities. So I opened up shows in St. Louis, Minneapolis, Detroit, Indianapolis, and Wheeling, West Virginia. This before videotaping or during the early days of videotaping. And I did the shows in all of those markets. I actually drove one day around this cycle in the Midwest and did The House Detective. I made nice money, had a good time. And my son Bobby was born. And I said to my dad, I don't want to be gone 5 days a week. Or my wife had become pregnant with my first son. And I said, I want to be home more. And he said, no, you have to do all these shows. I said, no, let's hire people to do those shows, but I'm not going to do this anymore. So I went to work as a salesperson for a local television station that had been trying to recruit me because they couldn't understand how my television show, my 1 hour House Detective, had more advertisers on it than the entire station had on it, what I was doing as a salesperson. So I went to that TV station, the local CBS affiliate, and had a job, and I worked there for 17 months. And during that period, one of my largest accounts, an automobile company, a used car dealer, who was spending at that time $250,000, $500,000 a year, which at that time was a big budget for automobiles, said to me one day, kid, how come I don't get to advertise on the other TV stations like I used to? And I said,
Right up to the bakery sensation. Oh, nutty cakes, the sweetest creation. Melissa the cupcakes, an explosion of delight. Bite into one and you'll forget all your plight. Sugar rush, oh what a thrill. Oh, nutty cakes that give you the chill. With every bite your taste buds awake, indulging the goodness of a sweet mistake.
What's my name? It's Jamon in the zone. I'm here to bring the heat, make you feel it in your bones. Smooth like butter, got the ladies in a frenzy. When I step on the stage, you know it's gonna be sizzling. Jamon, Jamon, that's my name. Gonna make you groove, gonna the night like a star shooting bright. With rhymes so tight, I'm the talk of every sight. I glide across the floor with moves you can't ignore, bringing vibes so pure. I'm the one you've been waiting for.
Shimon, Shimon, feel the beat, dancing in your heart, moving your feet.
Let's move.
Shimon, Shimon, feel the heat, riding on the rhythm, never missing a beat.
Come on, come on, come on. From the east to the west, I'm passing every test with a style so fresh. They say I'm one of the best. No need to contest when I'm on the quest to keep the crowd blessed with this musical fest. Back in the game with fame, my middle name. Lyrics so flame, they're lighting up your brain. With every verse I craft, I'm charting my own path, leaving a legacy that's bound to forever last.
Shimon, Shimon, it's a vibe. With every note I sing, I bring the crowd alive.
Oh yeah.
Shimon, Shimon, can't deny. With every beat I drop, I'm soaring sky high, fly high. Shimon, Shimon, it's a vibe. With every note I sing, I bring the crowd alive. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Shimon, Shimon, can't deny. With every beat I drop, I'm soaring sky high, fly high. Shimon, Shimon, it's a vibe.
To take your business to the next level? Let us introduce you to Suede Soul AI Business Video Creation. Our techno robot intelligent creativity soul professional video soul aging tent funding itemize the tape web being death, the peace, how big, the faith, possible, still action, nice,
that's my name. It's Shimon in the zone. I'm here to bring the heat, make you feel it in your bones. Smooth like butter, got the ladies in a frenzy. When I step on the stage, you know it's gonna be sizzling. Shimon, Shimon, that's my name. Gonna make you groove, gonna make you swing. Ooh, yeah. Shimon, Shimon, watch me flow. When I'm on the mic, you already know. I'm cruising through the night like a star shooting bright. With rhymes so tight, I'm the talk of every sight. I glide across the floor with moves you can't ignore. Bringing vibes so pure, I'm the one you've been waiting for.
Shimon, Shimon, feel the beat. Dancing in your heart, moving your feet.
Let's move.
Shimon, Shimon, feel the heat. Riding on the rhythm, never missing a beat.
Come on, come on, come on. From the east to the west, I'm passing every test with a style so fresh. They say I'm one of the best. No need to contest when I'm on the quest to keep the crowd blessed with this musical fest. Back in the game with fame, my middle name. Lyrics so flame, they're lighting up your brain. With every verse I craft, I'm charting my own path, leaving a legacy that's bound to forever last.
Shimon, Shimon, it's a vibe. With every note I sing, I bring the crowd alive. Oh yeah. Shimon, Shimon, can't deny. With every beat I drop, I'm soaring sky high, fly high. Shimon, Shimon, it's a vibe. With every note I sing, I bring the crowd alive. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Shimon, Shimon, can't deny. With every beat I drop, I'm soaring sky high, fly high. Shimon, Shimon, it's a vibe.
Shut right up to the bakery sensation. Shut right up to the bakery sensation. Oh, nutty cakes, the sweetest creation. Blessed the cupcakes, an explosion of delight. Bite into one and you'll forget all your plight. Sugar rush, oh what a thrill. Oh, nutty cakes that give you the chill. Every bite you taste buds awake. Indulge in the goodness of a sweet mistake.
To take your business to the next level? Let us introduce you to Suede Soul AI business video creation. Our robot, intelligent, creativity, soul, professional, feel, soul, aging, tent, funny, optimize,
So when you come in, don't come in where it says Berkshire Community College. Keep going straight, because then you're gonna come up straight and then you're gonna take a left. You'll see the sign, it's gonna be on your left. Okay? So as you drive in, don't turn in where it says Berkshire Community College. Keep going straight. And then you're gonna keep going straight, you're gonna see another building to the left. And as you're driving, you'll see the sign, Bennington Martens. And then just take a left right in there. Okay? All right. Hello? It says Berkshire Community. When you pass it and it says Berkshire Community College, you're not gonna go into that entrance to the right. Instead, you're gonna keep going straight into the
Camp happen to have a lot of physical action happen right there up against the rim, and he will go to the line for 2. First one, no good for Camp. Terrell Camp, he goes both sides, plays on the 4 or 5 spot, onto the court. Has the size to do so, 6'4", as that one doesn't go in. The Kings will bring this one up. Gunther, drive, fade away from deep, no good. Another one, and that's good. The Martins will regain possession of the ball, being heavily contested, double teamed at half court. Tries to get it to a teammate and intercepted by Fox. Back at the wing, trying to get through the paint. Slings it out, and that's good. Ryan Gunther for a long ball. Both teams are going to be going for some tries here. At the wing for deep, and the try is good. Jovan Malone hits the open 3. Kings are calling for a screen. He's going to get it. Not successful, though. At the top of the key. Looking around. And was fouled mid-play. Ferrari was fouled. And he's going to take this one baseline. Hands this off to Couture. And you're going to re-inbound this one after the ref didn't blow his whistle beforehand. So they're going to reset the play. A little arguing on the court. A little misconception by the reps here. The Martins are going to inbound this one on their side of the court. Passes this one off to Malone. Malone going to hand this one off to his teammate. Tries to get in the lane and heavily fouled was Sauzo, number 15 of the Martins. And if you're just tuning in, the Bennington Martins are in white as the Kings are in the black unis. First one's in for Herman Suizo. He plays shooting forward and power forward on the court. And he gets the 2 for the pair. 6-4 ball game. Martins are on top. 8-4 ball game. If the scoreboard was just adjusted after me saying that. The put back, and Tavares gets fouled. He's arguing for a foul, but he didn't get it. Seems to be a back and forth ball game here. Malone going to hand this one off. Nice cut to the basket, and that's good. Mards are putting some points up on the board to extend their lead, 10-5. So a lot of time of basketball left on the board. 9:20 left on the clock. Fadeaway three. Hit off the side of the rim and no good. As Fury couldn't hit that one down. Tripped back away was Suzio. Tries to get the cut to the basket. No good for that pass. Guthier from deep, and that's good. It looks like there'd be a timeout called on the court. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back on Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back to this matchup, this ABA matchup here. Going through the lane, no good. Gets swatted away by the Kings. Great efforts there. Herman's Sazio fighting his way up to the rim. A lot of contact there. Foul was issued. Refs will discuss this one over a little bit to make sure they're getting the right call on the court to make everybody happy. Scoreboard has been adjusted as we're doing this as a remote broadcast. The Kings are up 11, and the Martens are at 7. Hands was all top of the key for a three. Bounced it around the rim from below, no good. A lot of fighting for the ball on the floor. Tavares will keep this possession in for the Kings. He'll jog this one up. 4-3 from deep. Up front of the back of the rim and no good. The back and forth game, a lot of field goals being shot, none of them hitting on both sides of the court. Johnson from corner, no good. A fast break here, maybe a slam dunk, and it is a two-handed slam for Saul Fury. Try to get the fast break here in the corner. No good on the side. Throws this one up to Therese. Fury from deep knocks that one down. Looks to be a discussion of a call. Looks to be a timeout call has been issued. We're going to cut to a quick break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back for more ABA action. back again after that inbound by the Kings. Long ball from deep, no good off the front of the rim by Guthrie. This should be taken up by Malone. Malone trying to get this one up. Hands it off to his teammate. Up to the rim, fighting an and one for Terrell Camp. Throwing his body in the two black shirts. The nice assist by Devin Johnson, number 8 on this squad. A phenomenal play right there, trying to find your teammate, and definitely did so. They could be handling this half-court press that the Kings are pressing onto the Martins. Camp knocks that one down for a foul shot. It's a 1-point game at the moment. Coaches are looking to be discussing to the ref about some issues they have of the game. The Martins are rolling into this one 9-9 of their schedule to the Kings 8-9. So the Kings are looking for their 9th win of the season. Trying to drive to the basket, gets stripped away by Camp. And they will call for a defensive foul. Mason will inbound this one. Johnson trying to find Camp, gets stripped away with the fast break and up to the basket, up and in, it's good. Martins need to make something right here. Johnson has the ball in his hands at the elbow. Spin move, driving to the basket, throws it up. Tries to get the foul call, no good. Tries to get back into the Martins' possession and gets stripped away. 3 for deep, no good. This will head to the other way. Kings will inbound this one. Sazio hit his opponent up. Mason trying to handle that baseline magic. No good. Johnson in the corner for 3. That's good. The assist by Johnson is helping this offense elaborate and evaluate on these attempts. Nice cut to the basket. Stole away by Johnson. Sazio couldn't get there. No good. Tries to get the putback. And it's back into the Kings' hands. Into the corner for 3. No good because that's too strong. Tries to get some movement on baseline. Driving baseline. And that's good. Say that he's too small. Some trash talk on the court. You gotta love the energy that you are seeing by Camp right there. Tavares for 3. That's good. Making those downtown tries is definitely going to help the Kings more and more into this game. You love to see the separation you're bringing on into this game if you are the Kings. Another try from deep. Too strong. That hits the back of the board. Could be out of balance right there by the Martins. And this will be the Kings' ball. Ferry lacing up his shoes, hit her tough little matchup here. He's playing his heart out right now. Got to give a lot of props to him, having his head up, having his team on his shoulders right now. A nice assist right there to Guther. A try from deep, and that's no good. Fury had a clear shot of that one. And there was a foul after the plays of action. Into the play of action, a whistle was blown. And Sol Fury will go to the line for two. First one's good. Gotta love it from the Kings. If you are Kings right now, you're going to be loving these foul shot opportunities. You're going to be needing them early into this game, as it being the first. Third opportunity at the foul shot line. Foul hopping on the arc, so you're going to have the three foul shot opportunity for the three-point play. Third one, no good. Hands this one off. Into the lane, and that's a nice cut there by Kemp. Phenomenal assist right around the oval of the arc. Driving through the corner, hits him underneath the rim, and that's up and in to be good. Love the in and outs. From three, no good. Kings back in possession of the ball. Trying to take this one down a little bit. Driving through the lane, and that's no good. Put back again, couldn't get that one to go. Taking this one into his hands, the Martins lose it. It was stripped away. For three, and that's an air ball by Ryan Gauthier. Gauthier's seen these nice shot opportunities happen. It doesn't matter if they are air balls or not. If they don't hit, it doesn't matter. He's still going to keep shooting that ball more and more. If you are the Kings, you're going to want to get these free-point opportunities yet again to just keep trying to get the points on the board up and up to try to get your opponents blown out. But don't go nowhere. This is a great action here of this ABA matchup we're having this afternoon. Back for more ABA action to the rim, and that's good. Nice floater right there. This being the Kings' possession. Ferry hits his man at the wing. Keeping on that pivot foot. In the corner for three. Bounce it off the back of the rim and no good. Martins making an effort, trying to get the layup to go up and gets heavily fouled. He'll play this one all on the floor. Malone for the mid-range, no good. Malone trying to grab the ball. A dog pile happening underneath the rim, fighting for this ball. Sidbury will play beyond the arc. And denied right there. Said not in my house by Julius Gones. Number 6, Julius Gones threw his body out in the air. Took some flight for that. Sidbury moving this around the arc. Driving it through the basket. This Camp gets denied right there. New Hampshire has the ball, back at it again, jogging this one up the court. Is Ferry looking to go baseline. Top of the key for a 3. No good for Jennings. Another fast break right here for the Martins. Sidbury hits Jason. Mason had a strong jumper right there that went way beyond the rim. Both teams been going at it back and forth and chirping up and down the court. This one gets inbound to Camp. The jumper, that's good. Full run on that one from Malone. A nice swoosh right there. As I said, both teams have been going at it athletically and verbally on this court, which you do love to see. Sidbury hands this one off. This will be a turnover. Ball's going to go back to the Kings. Ferry to the top of the paint. No good. Sidbury hands this one off and happens to get fouled trying to get to the rim. Foul will be on the floor. Inbound this one. Tries to inbound into Camp. Camp falls down. The fast break goes to two-hand slam for Julius Gones. Mason giving Sidbury the screen in the corner for a try. No good. Working beyond the arc. Malone asking for the ball. Kingz will inbound this one. Guthier with that try right there. They couldn't get it in. The Kings will inbound this one yet again. Irvison to the inbound to Gothier. Gothier for deep. In and out of no good. Rebound by Camp. Camp getting double teamed. Hits Sidbury. Sidbury hits a man beyond the arc. Tries to keep it in bounds. Does so. And this would be a turnover because he happened to step out of bounds. Everson will inbound this one to Gothier. Gothier with a nice pass to Everson. Everson for three. No good. Gets stripped away from it. A lot of contact right there at the arms. It looks to be a time reset on the clock. 2 seconds left on the clock. 2.1 seconds left on the clock of the first. Kings are on top right now by just a point. Julius Goings hits that one. Make this 23-21. He's trying to get the pair. Taking his time. On the knees. That's good. Gets the pair. 24-21. Throw this one for deep for half court. And that's regulation of the first quarter. 24-21. Kings are on top, up against the Martens. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back for more ABA action on Sports Fan Base Network. Welcome back to second quarter action here on Sports Fan Base Network. If you're just tuning in, my name is Joe Clark, and this has been an extraordinary game right here and happening right now up against the Kings versus the Martens. Martens are playing a home game, hosting the Kings. And this has been a back and forth game. A lot of beyond the arc opportunities from both sides. A lot of great shots have been taken. Aggressive game overall, being at the foul shot line often. As we see, number 13, Sal Ferry, missed the first. But just to mention how he's been playing so far. Playing with his heart out, making a great playmaking opportunities here for the Kings. And knocks the second one down. It's 25-21. Martin still had the ball. In and out, weaving in and out. Johnson trying to make playmaking beyond the arc. And this gets stripped away by Gauthier. Gauthier to Everson. Everson for three. That's no good. Back in the Martins' hands. Happens to get fouled middle of the court. Johnson gets fouled. Martins will inbound this one half court. Right in front of the scoreboard table. Johnson looking at the wing for 3. No good. The putback too strong. Gauthier hits his man in the lane. Gets to N1. And that is Julius Gones. A nice N1 opportunity right there. He's going to show his arc on that court. Using that floater to go in. Some subs happening on the court as well. For the Martens, Deshaun Westbrook now checking into this game, getting some minutes on the court. Some guys being tired, running up and down the court the whole 12 minutes or so. So you really got to at least make some subs so you have other bench guys play their roles too, and to help this team get some more points. And then give your stars some rest time. That's the best thing you could possibly do if you're a coach in this situation. Fort deep, and that's no good. Rebound by the Kings. Gauthier being guarded by Malone. Malone pressing him. Gauthier waves his man off. Fort deep, and that's good. He said, I'll take it from there, and he did. Knocking that one from the parking lot downtown. Johnson having trouble. Gauthier pressing him. Trying to find some help. It looked to be tipped out by number 4 of the New Hampshire Kingz, Ryan Gauthier. Fort deep, and that's to the back of the rim and no good. Johnson tries to get the rebound, just couldn't. Talvarez hands this one off to Gauthier. Gauthier telling his big man to press up and give him a screen. And the defensive foul has been called. Kemp will press the inbounder. In and out. Trying to get the mid-range. The floater goes. Full backboard. It's good. Johnson trying to get this offense to happen. From deep. That's good. Full swish on that one. Going to jog this one up the court. Ferry is going to hit his man in the paint, at the wing. Gauthier makes a turnover happen. Johnson for 3, that's good. Making some cash in the bank if you're the Martens right now. And you gotta love it. Nice three-point opportunity. Johnson hopping back on defense at Gauthier. Gauthier, the contested 3, knocks that one right in his face. Weaving in and out. Trying to make some separation. Contested 3, that's good. A nice answer back for the Martens right there. This is like a three-point contest happening on this court. Ferry for 3. In and out, no good. Trying to get the putback slam and couldn't get it in. Malone throws this one up and gets heavily fouled at the rim. Nice opportunity right there for Malone on that fast break. They try to respond. But oh my God, this has been a great matchup right here. You're seeing back and forth action, which I love to see. And if you're a fan, family member, anybody who's a part of any of these two teams or just watching in, you see these teams and they're going at it better than ever. But I do gotta say, the Martins do have some playmakers to make things happen. As I would like to mention, as you see Devin Johnson getting at it. Malone being a nice playmaker, nice passer too. You do really love to see those things happen. The foul looked to be heavily contested, but the refs will have the Martins inbound this one from half court. Anthony Mitchell. Mitchell with the layup and couldn't get it in. Heavily contested. And he will go to the line. Anthony Mitchell, shooting guard. And as he plays a lot of shooting guard as that one goes in. He's from the New York, a small town called the Bronx. A New York City guy. You do want to love that. That one's good. You always see those New York guys always ball out at their best. He's from Stage College, too. Great to have him on this court. Love the playmaking he's been giving the Martins. Got here from deep. No good. Put back. Couldn't get that one either. As it looked to be Camp heavily contested him. There was a lot of physicality happening there up against the rim. So we're going to get some foul shots from Charles Doss. Doss for the first try. No good. He wears the number 8 proudly. And looks to be there's a timeout called on both sides of the court. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fan Base Network. Back after that timeout breaks. Kings are up 34-32 as he hits another one to make this a 3-point game. The Kings have been playing really good off-ball offense, what I would like to say. Playing really good trick defense. You're going to see it from deep. Off the back of the rim, no good. Gets stripped away. Fury bringing this one up. Taking it on his own. Nice bounce pass from deep. No good, Bert. No good. Up around the rim, and that's good. Westbrook with the finger roll tip. They go up and in. Nice fast break there. Gauthier slowly jogged this one up. He's going to call for his big man. Ferre tries to hit him underneath the paint. And a foul, heavy foul, right underneath the rim. Trying to see if his man is okay. And it looks like that they're going to be trying to set this up. Looks to be, I don't know what is happening. I think the refs are discussing how the play should be going in the right direction. As for a foul or not a foul, or should be inbound or not inbound. As the referees get the game situated, don't go nowhere. We'll be right here, right back on Sports Fan Base Network. Back after the referees have decided their decision, and it looks to be that the Kings will get some foul shots at the foul strip. That's what it looked to seem like, but now they're going to be inbounding this underneath the rim. Nice put back there, and that's good. After all that, another foul has been issued, and Charles Das will go to the foul strip for some foul shots. Up and around the rim, and that's good. Westbrook will bring this one up, passes this at the wing to Mitchell. Make it separation, and that's good. Gauthier is going to call for his big man. Doesn't take it. Drives baseline. And they'll bring this one back and inbound this one right in front of the Martens bench. Gauthier with the ball at the high post. Going to take this jumper. No good. Rebound by Malone. Malone's going to hand this one up underneath the rim. And that one is good to Rias. Gauthier looking for his big man. Throwing it to the corner. That's too strong and no good. Knocked away by Ferry. And they will call an out of bounds on the Martens. So this will be a turnover. Tavares calling for his man to inbound. Throws it to Ferry. Back to Tavares. Top of the key. Mid-range jumper. Gets heavily contested right there. And he was trying to shoot it from the mid post and just couldn't. Trying to get that 10-foot jumper. But Tavares go to the line for some foul shots. As the first one hits, he's been a nice shooter so far early on into this one. About to be the half in 6 minutes and 6 minutes or so. Let's see if he could get the pair, and he for sure does. 40-38. Kings are on top on this one. Mitchell tries to find his teammate. Rael's looking and gets heavily fouled right there at the baseline when he's trying to maybe twist his whole body around, trying to get his man to fake and just couldn't. But his hand got hit heavy when he went to go for the layup. John Raels, he plays multiple positions too. Shooting guard, shooting forward, of course. 23-year-old, 6'3". He's out of Winchester, Massachusetts. A Landmark College alum. Hits off the back of the rim, tries to get rebound by Westbrook and couldn't. To Ferry. First one at the top of the key. Gauthier for three, and that's cash. Westbrook back at it again. And a turnover after he traveled on that one, it looks. Barry looking to find his man in the lane and just couldn't. Trying to hit David Fawkes. Back at it again. Into the corner from deep. That's too strong. That ball rattles out. Back into the Kings' hands. Gauthier going to his left for the floater. And fouled when he tried to attempt the mid-range jumper. So Ryan Gauthier, number 4 on the New Hampshire Kingz, will go to the line as this one falls flat on the front of the rim to be no good. Second opportunity. Rattles in and out and no good. To try from deep. And that's in and out and back in again, and that's good. Gauthier looking for a man. Tries to go for the jumper, couldn't. The fast break goes. And the backwards layup, that's good for John Riles. Fair trying to get this offense going. A try from deep, and that's no good. Being right off the front of the rim. Pratt tries to hit his man. This has been a back and forth game so far. Always going coast to coast no matter what happens. This one will be inbounded by the Martins. Johnson's hands for the try, and that's short from John Riles. This will be inbound, intercepted by the Kings, and an easy layup that was taken away by William Everson. Martins were just being too careless of the ball. Trying to get some help. In the corner, open three, and that's no good. Very good. Shoot this one down. Back to Everson. Very for deep. Off the front of the rim, and that's no good. A nice assist by Dominique Trett to John Rails for the nice assist. Very battling around. Seems to be that Fieri was getting heated after that call, because he thought he was fouled mid-play. Less than 3 minutes left of the second quarter before the half. 45-46. Bennington Martens on top. Timeout has been called. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back on the Sports Fan Base Network.
Sensation. Oh, nutty cakes, the sweetest creation. Melissa cupcakes, an explosion of delight. Bite into one and you'll forget all your plight. Sugar rush, oh what a thrill. Oh, nutty cakes that give you the chill. With every bite your taste buds away. Indulging the goodness of a sweet mistake.
And we are back after that timeout has been called. Teams discussed some strategies on how they could possibly make this a harder game for each of their opponents, of course. You just got to make the lanes. You got to make separation around the court and also create on the court. Playmaking is going to be a big part. And as you've seen that, the Martins have been coming up and taking the game into their hands at the moment. Just being by one don't matter. But you've been seeing their bench has been coming up and producing. At the moment, we're going to have Fieri take two at the line. First one's good. This will tie this game up. But still 3 minutes left on the clock, of course. And the second one is good. Martins will be fast with this one. A pull-up jumper. That's no good from the wing. Kings have been slow on their possessions, but they've progressed as play-by-play has been going on. Fieri using his body to the rim. Around the world spin move up to the rim, and he just couldn't get it. As he falls on the floor. which you hate to see that. You don't want to get a player hurt. Brett will bring this one up. Heads it off to his teammate in the corner. And that's good. Gauthier bringing on his big man. Waves him off again. Has been using that screen. And he traveled mid-play. And there's going to be another timeout called. Well, less than 2 minutes to go of the second quarter before the half. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back on the Sports Family. And we are back here on Sports Fan Base Network. If you're just tuning in, my name is Joe Clark, and welcome back to the broadcast. At the moment, we're going to have the Martens take some foul shots at the foul strip line. Be Terrell Camp once more. This will rattle out and be no good. Camp has played 3 years at Coastal Carolina, so he's been playing a lot of college ball to begin with. And note that his arc and his wingspan, him being the tallest, one of the tallest guys on the team, 6'7", he's definitely going to show his defensibility in these plays. And he definitely does here as he strips the ball away, throws it deep down, and gets fouled right at the rim. Rouse trying to get the Euro step to the rim for that layup and just gets heavily swatted down. Good thing about it is he's going to be getting some foul shots here for his team. So he's going to take a hit to get his team some hits on the floor. Now they're going to have some separation. Camp passes off into the corner. Backwards layup, no good. 3 from the wing, and that's no good. This goes out of bounds. This will head the other way. It'll be New Hampshire's ball. Everson will slowly bring this one up. Being contested by Mitchell. Gauthier, spin move, mid-range jumper, that's falls short. Less than a minute left on the clock. at the wing for deep. And that's good. Dominique Trent. You love to see it. It's a 47-49 game. This gets stolen away by Camp. Back to his teammate in the lane, and that's good. John Riels. Nice playmaking skills by him and Camp. It's 54-47. Martins are on top. 15 seconds left. The fast break. And that's good. The nice alley-oop he gives to his opponent, to his teammate, and that goes in. 5 minutes left on the clock. He's going to throw this one down. Everson's going to chuck this one up, down the court like a baseball. And that's the half right there. Ended the first half, 56-47. And the Martins are on top over the Kings. They're going to head to the locker room, and we're going to cut to a quick break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back for more action of ABA matchup against the Martins versus the Kings on Sports Fanbase Network.
I'm here to bring the heat, make you feel it in your bones. Smooth like butter, got the ladies in a frenzy. When I step on the stage, you know it's gonna be sizzling. Shalom, shalom, that's my name. Gonna make you groove, gonna make you swing. Ooh, yeah. Shalom, shalom, watch me flow. When I'm on the mic, you already know. Through the night like a star shooting bright, with rhymes so tight, I'm the talk of every sight. I glide across the floor with moves you can't ignore, bringing vibes so pure, I'm the one you've been waiting for.
Shalom, shalom, feel the beat, dancing in your heart, moving your feet.
Let's move.
Shalom, shalom, feel the heat, riding on the rhythm, never missing a beat.
Come on, come on, come on. From the east to the west, I'm passing every test with a style so fresh. They say I'm one of the best. No need to contest when I'm on the quest to keep the crowd blessed with this musical flex. Back in the game with fame, my middle name. Lyrics so flame, they're lighting up your brain. With every verse I craft, I'm charting my own path, leaving a legacy that's bound to forever last.
Shalom, 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 it's a vibe. With every note I sing, I bring the crowd alive. Oh yeah. Shalom, shalom, can't deny. With every beat I drop, I'm soaring sky high, fly high. Shalom, shalom, it's a vibe. With every note I sing, I bring the crowd alive. Oh yeah. Shimon, Shimon, it's the vibe.
Fry up to the bakery sensation. Oh, nutty cakes, the sweetest creation. Blessed the cupcakes, an explosion of delight. Bite into one and you'll forget all your plight. Sugar rush, oh what a thrill. Oh, nutty cakes that give you the chill. With every bite your taste buds awake. Indulge in the goodness of a sweet mistake.
Welcome to Swayed Soul, another edition of Swayed Soul, and we got an incredible guest for you today, Mr. Joe Newman. And I don't even want to begin to talk about the many talents and give him a moniker in one place, because this man is incredible. Mr. Newman, I want to thank you for being on the Swayed Soul show today. How are you today?
I'm really good, Harold, and I really appreciate you having me on. It's very nice and very, very nice.
So no, I wanna, I've known you for a long time. This gentleman here has been a mentor to me. He's taught me a lot of things when it came to just even in business and marketing on the ways we have connected with each other. He's become a friend, someone I've known for over a decade. So, with all that being said, I want to bring him into the show and get right down to it, Mr. Newman. So let's talk about, I want to start off right off and let everybody who know who Joe Newman is. So let's talk about your childhood. So give us an insight on how you started in this life living lesson, and tell us about Joe Newman in that essence.
Well, I appreciate, you're being very modest, Harold. I've really enjoyed having you as part of the ABA for the last 10, 12, 13 years. And as I've said to you and to many people many times through the years, you're probably one of the brightest, most perceptive people that we've ever had in the ABA. So I feel it's just terrific to have you a part of the ABA, a part of my life. Good man. That being said, I'm 83 years old, Harold, and I've been I've retired in 1983. I've retired in 1996. I came out of retirement to start with the ABA with a partner who was the co-founder of the original ABA and the co-founder of the original Indiana Pacers. But going way back, I am from New York. Even though I was born in Baltimore, we consider ourselves New Yorkers because my parents were, and my dad was in broadcasting, so we traveled around the country, and it happened to be at a very short period of time when he was in Baltimore that I was born, and when the next day went back to New York. They were both very liberal people, and they, way before the subject of civil rights existed. It did exist, but in the very earliest days, they hated discrimination, they hated bigotry, they hated racism, and they raised my 8 brothers and sisters, there were 9 of us, to have the same feelings. And they were very vocal long before the Civil Rights Act, long before much of the changes that developed in the 60s and into the 50s and 40s. They were very outspoken about their lack of tolerance for anyone who was intolerant. And so wherever we went, and because Dad was in broadcasting, we not only lived in New York, but we lived in many parts of the Deep South. Lived in Louisiana, we lived in Mississippi, we lived in Florida, we lived in Virginia in the height of segregation and the height of where racism really reared its ugly head. But my 4 brothers and sisters and I did not believe in that, and as a result of that, we very early on respected people for who they are, not the color of their skin, not their religion, not their nationality. And that's the way we grew up, and that became a part of our life. And because we were not wealthy but fairly well-to-do, we, much of the time, even though we lived in the Bronx and we lived in Brooklyn, where there was much more integration during that period, we lived on Long Island on the North Shore and did not have everyday direct exposure to the Black community or the Hispanic community, but we certainly did when we were in New Orleans or Waveland, Mississippi, or Gulfport, Mississippi, or Jacksonville, Florida, West Palm Beach, Florida, Richmond and Petersburg, Virginia. So we really saw racism at its worst, and were very strong against it. And that's as a young person, that's the way we felt. But I did not have a chance to really make an impact in that area until I was a little bit older, and shortly after I went into the ad agency business, when I ultimately, after I got out of the Army, came to Indianapolis, Indiana, which was so proud of the lack of African Americans in the city, so proud that they were not like, quote, New York, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, as if that was a badge of honor, because they did not have the problems that Philadelphia, Baltimore, et cetera, were having with the fact that they were growing numbers and percentages of the African American or the Black population. So when I came here and I saw that, I said, just out of the Army, very, very young, I said, you know what? I'm going to change this. I'm going to change this, okay? No Black radio station, no Blacks in radio and TV, redlining of houses, and a myriad of other things that bothered me as an individual. And so I started to do something about it, and I think at that particular point, I started to make a difference. Early on, I was one of the people behind Indiana Black Expo, which became the largest Black Expo in the country. The first year they had it, when Reverend Sanders and Charles Williams had it, it was a show that was exactly opposite of what the Black community should be doing. There was a lot of music, there was a lot of sports, and there was no substance. And it bothered me because they were creating and perpetuating the same stereotype that the Black America was mired in. And so I said, look, in order for this to be relevant, we need to talk about subjects that you're not talking about. And it includes economic empowerment, and it included education, and it included housing, and it faced directly into the systemic racism that existed, even though here it was sort of under the table. We had to bring it out in the open, and we need to put relevancy into Black Expo. And fortunately, because I had an ad agency with some power at that point, I was able to bring very bright young people who went on to great careers in Indianapolis in broadcasting and community and involvement and social changes and justice, so that Indianapolis really improved dramatically and helped bring the first black radio station on the air, WTLC radio, which became one of the great models of black radio in the United States, and got great people into broadcasting and great people into advertising agencies and TV and radio sales, and caught the attention of a lot of people. So ultimately, my ad agency, which was pretty good, and I handled a lot of very big accounts, my ad agency became representative of all the developing black.
And that was Sweet Soul by Joe Newman. And we had to cut that a little bit short because the game is starting in seconds here in this ABA matchup. If you're just tuning in, my name is Joe Clark, and welcome back to the broadcast. This has been a fun game to watch if you're just an all-around basketball fan, of course. I mean, the Martens and the Kings have been going at it, battling back and forth at it. Big playmaking happening, of course. Some teammates and some players I would love to mention is when we head into the Martens, I would like to say that Javon Malone has been a nice playmaker so far. Great sharpshooter on the court. Has been assisting his guys and his big man, of course. Terrell Camp has been getting the boards and the rebounds to prove himself as a reliable guy. If you are on the Martens, those are the guys you're going to really be looking at more and more. Sid Berry has been another guy out there. Even when he's beyond the arc, he's still slinging the rock back and forth, trying to make separation, knowing his open lanes, knowing his boundaries. And then when you look at the Kings overall defense has been effective so far. In the beginning of the first, it's been very effective. But going on, it's kind of slowed down a tiny bit. But I do think that they have the size and the ability to do so, and the wingspan too. But as his ball's inbound, the Kings have the possession to come back and make something happen. Throwing this into the corner. Driving baseline to the basket, and that's put back is good. Kings are back at it again, putting up some points. Devin Johnson zigzagging in and out. Throwing it to his teammate. Mason with the floater. That's no good. Contested in the lane. Gauthier to slowly jock this one up. Johnson's going to be guarding him. Ferry throws it underneath the basket to the big man. And Terrell Camp trying to keep that one in bounds, but just couldn't. They're going to inbound this one under the basket. This one's for three, and that's good. David Fawkes with the open three, full net right there. Johnson with the dribble moves, couldn't handle it. Gauthier bats it away. Back in the Gauthier's hands after that nice steal. Mid-range jumper, and that's just short. Johnson is going to look around the court for this. A nice lane that Malone used right there. Heavily contested. And it's fouled right there by Tavares. Tavares has been pushing up on his opponent, in which a little bit of contact being on defense, it will be a defensive foul. And Terrell Camp gets heavily contacted into the lane when he was trying to drive through it. Camp will inbound this one. Throws it half court. Sazio throws this one up. Couldn't get it up. Gauthier throws this one. Nice ball movement, which leads to a basket inside to Folks. Johnson looking around. Hits the corner. Mid-range jumper. That rattles around the basket and no good. Gauthier says keep going up the court. His big man's calling for it. Might need some help. Johnson's pressing him. Gauthier says no, I'll take it all the way. Loses it, gets it back. Ferry for three. No good. Folks rebounds that one. Johnson for three. And that spins out of no good. Turnover right there for the Martens, and this will bring the Kings back into possession of the ball and also this game too, making this a 2-point game after they're down by a well good margin. Folks driving, hands it off. It gets fouled underneath the rim. Folks will take some foul shots after being heavily fouled. The first one hits right in front of the rim and no good. Second one misfires, and that one's no good either. Both foul shots no good. Johnson's going to take it all the way. Coast to coast. Layup is no good. Ferry with the hardened fadeaway, no good. And Johnson was trying to keep that one out of bounds. Almost ran right out of the arena. He's making great efforts to try to keep this game going. And that's one guy you really got to look at if you're the Kings right there. It's Devin Johnson. He's a speedster up and down the court. Mason trying to play between the lane. Got the air for three. And that's going to go all around. Be no good, but a lot of contact there. And they'll call this a foul. And he will go to the line. And a foul beyond the arc in the corner. You at least got to give your your opponent some room to jump. If not, this will occur to be a foul. 2-point game. Martins are on top by 2. Another opportunity, no good. Another third opportunity after that foul being beyond the arc. Camp will be ready to rebound, and that floats in to be good. Johnson, as I said, he's a speedster right there. Doesn't have the height advantage, but he's definitely quick with his feet. Zigzagging in and out, loses his handles, Gauthier all over him. Gets stripped away. And a two-hand slam right there. Phenomenal play right there. Gauthier hands it off to Ferry. Ferry skipping with his dribbles, being fancy with it. End of the quarter. Top of the key for three. No good. Mason runs back. He has to inbound this ball to Johnson. Johnson's going to reset the court. Back to Johnson. Gauthier is going to get subbed out by Everson after having another foul. Trying not to get fouled out of this game. A try from deep, and that is no good by Reals. Ferry. Pass to Everson. Everson for the floater on the side of the rim, and that's no good. Everson back again with the ball. Fieri trying to tell his guys to ISO out. Working as a point guard and heavily contested at the rim, and that'll be a foul. Nice way to draw a foul if you're the Kings. But a timeout will be called on the court by the Martins. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on the Sports Fan Base Network. Back here on Sports Fan Base Network. My name is Joe Clark. If you're just tuning in. Foul shot is good for Ferry. But just to mention that this game's been neck to neck this whole time. Both teams been going at each other's throats. Trash talking all game, but you gotta love the volume that you're bringing here onto this court. Nice Euro step up to the rim and no good. Rebound by Camp, and he gets fouled heavily. But as mentioned, game tied up at 58. Third quarter, you still got plenty of time of ABA basketball to be played. Camp going to inbound this one. Hands out the Rouse. It's stolen away. Everson for three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Back to Tavares for three. No good. It's been a back and forth game for field goal opportunities. And this ball gets turned over by the Martins, which will result into the Kingz ball. Ferry is going to dribble this one up. Take this one from downtown, off the back of the rim, no good. Rebound by Rouse. Rouse misses his handles, gets it back. Get up there again, and that's good. The sweeping under layup that you're getting from John Rials. Martins will have possession of this ball. Mitchell inbounds to Johnson. Johnson, as speedy as he is, Malone gets fouled driving to the lane, and he's going to and the Martins will call a timeout after these foul shots. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on the Sports Fan Base Network. And we are back for this ABA matchup up against the Kingz versus the Martins. Malone will get some foul shots as the first one misses. Javon Malone from Sonny Kovsky. He played a few years, 1 year pro. So he does have great experience at basketball to be played on this court. Everson tries to go up, gets swatted away. Anthony Mitchell heads off the Reals. That's and one. After be fouled, Terrell Camp will go to the line for a one after that and one that he had. The 3-year pro has showed magnificent ball out there. Phenomenal playmaking. He's playing more as a point guard than anything, but you're going to get that a lot from show, the points, the playmaking. He's creating on the court, and that's what you need if you are the Bennington Martens right now. If you're 9-9, you still want to hop in there and try to get into a better role as his team and try to get up there in the leaderboard as much as possible. There is some discussion on the court. We'll wait to see what the refs decide on their decision. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fan Base Network. And we are back after the referees had their decision, and I think they were discussing the call. It looked to be that Terrell Camp happened to get hit in the face or whatever, but he was brought to the sideline. Hopefully he's okay. But we have John Reals going to the line, it seems like, for a foul shot for him. It looks like the fans are chirping to the refs, saying, and if it's an N1 or not. That's what it seems like, and that's the commotion that's happening on the court. But now Anthony Mitchell is going to the line after we had the third Martins player go to the line after Terrell Camp foul. So it's very confusing call here by the refs. But it's a very hard job to do so as a ref any game of any sport. Very driving through the lane. Big mismatch. Body on the floor. And that's a putback and good. For deep. And that's no good. And the Kings get another basket that goes. Dominique Trett hands this one off to Malone. Malone from deep, and that's good. Sizing up his opponent. Juwan Malone with the deep ball three. And after being heavily contested, not be able to land his jumper after that shot, he will go to the line. I think there's a 4-point play, and he does. Martins are on top. 66-63. Ferry hands one off. Back and forth. Gets stripped away, stolen away with the fast break, the handoff. And that's good. Nice action fast break you're having here from the Martins offense. Great defense are playing. Heavy defense they are playing. Trying to knock off these passing lanes as much as possible. And denied and knocked away there by Malone. But he was heavily fouled right there. Hit his hand when he was trying to go up for the layup. In which the New Orleans the New Hampshire Kingz will go to the line for some foul shots. But don't go nowhere. A timeout has been issued on the court. We'll be right back here on Sport Fan Base Network. Hello, everybody. We are back here on Sports Fan Base Network, and we have had some hard decisions to make on the court as referees have been trying to make the right decisions, but fans in the stands have been causing some ruckus. So we are back at it again for more ABA basketball as we see the Kings knock down one foul shot and didn't get the other. Nice fast break there. At the wing, driving to the basket, throws this one up, body went flying. John Reals takes a hard hit onto the floor, and he's skipping after that play. Hopefully his knee's okay. He's a little bit jogging. Hopefully he's good. And this was knocked out by Malone. Very aggressive game, as I've been saying here, folks. 68-64. The Bennington Martens are on top. Gauthier slinging the rock around to Buford. Back and forth. Gauthier to Buford. Buford for three. Off the front of the rim and no good. Another shot for three, and that's good. Driving in the lane. Skipping his through away. Hands it off to Sauzo, and that's good. Talvarez. He's calling for his big man. Doesn't get it. Gets stripped away, but it's back again into the Kings' hands. Back and forth game. Heavy defense on both sides. The ball was stripped. Back to forth. It looks like a timeout has been called. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fan Base Network. And we are back for more ABA matchup here on Sports Fan Base Network. If you're just tuning in, my name is Joe Clark, and welcome back to the broadcast. 70-67. It was a minute 40 left to go. Shot from deep, and that's good. Knocked down jumper by Charles Das. From deep, from Johnson, no good. Back by Everson. Gauthier through the lane. Floater goes around. No good. Everson, the rebound, couldn't get it in. Back again to Everson. Gauthier trying to find a man. Hits his man underneath the rim, and that's good. Champ for deep. That's good. Gauthier going to take this one slow. As Johnson's going to press him. Got him slipping. Das going to take this one for three. That's good. It looks to be some trash talk on the court. Looks to be Terrell Camp has brought his emotions out on the court. As this gets settled, we're going to cut to a quick break. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fan Base Network. And we are back after that inbound on the Kingz side of the court as Johnson is getting double teamed. The Kingz bench is calling for a travel. That's Jeff LeBlanick. Some argument of calls. Johnson will inbound this one on the Kingz side of the bench. It was said for him to inbound it there, but it turned to be that it was a foul. Johnson will go to the line. Devin Johnson, number 8 on this team, significant point guard. He's 5'8", so he does have a height disadvantage to many guys on the court, but that's fine because he has the speed to do so. Came from Johnson State VT, where he played some of his years of basketball. An open jumper for three. That's good. Sal Ferrari knocks that jumper down and showboats around. After that, third quarter ended 77-75. New Hampshire is on top of Bennington. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sport Fan Base Network. And we are back for more action of the ABA League. I'm your host and play-by-play broadcaster Joe Clark. And this game has been very physical out here as we have the Kings up against the Martens. Gauthier hands it off into the corner. Working baseline. Finds his man underneath the rim, but a whistle has blown and that was a foul. Going to play that foul on the floor. Shot from deep, no good. Everson almost gets a steal. Very happy about his performance so far. Johnson will have an off-band matchup here as he is fouled up against the rim. Terrell Camp will go to the line for some foul shots. As the first one rattles around the rim. He's been very good with his foul shots as that one spins out. The next one spins out too. Slings it out to the corner. Everson. Top of the key for three. That's good. Nice three ball there from Das. No foul called there. Gauthier hits his man down the court for a baseball pass. And that's good. So, Ferrari. Not too strong. Fieri hands it off to Gauthier. In the corner for deep. Gets fouled. The bench comes up to go help him. After with that being a heavy foul. Julius Goings gets fouled. Bench helps him up. He gets some foul shots. That slams on the back of the rim and no good. Second opportunity here for him. As that one skips out yet again. Subs on the court are happening. Malone checks in for the Martens. As the second one goes in. Johnson brings this one up. Tries to drive baseline. Couldn't get the layup to go in. He tumbles down the court. Gauthier throws it up. Everson heads it off to Fieri. Gauthier drives in to the lane. Hands it off. Tries to get a slam dunk. But the whistle was blown way before that. And Gauthier will go to the line for two. But way before the foul shots will be thrown, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sport Fan Base Network. we are back here for more ABA action as Gauthier misses the first. He's been a big playmaker for them. As the second one swishes in. 84-75. Kings are on top. Johnson tries to get the Euro step for a layup. He seems to be a little aggravated after that one, as he didn't get the foul call. But they're going to set up Johnson on beyond the arc for this inbound. They're going to have Malone and Johnson set up around the inbound for a try opportunity. Johnson in the corner. Thinking about taking it. Pump fake. Try from deep, no good. Put back for Johnson, and that's good. Everson hands this one off to Ferry. Ferry was double teamed to get in the paint. Everson in the corner for three. Bang! That's good. A deep ball from the corner from Juvan Malone and knocks that one down, but gets fouled in the process. Bennington Martens' bench is hyped up for that one, and he'll go for the 4-point play. Make this an 88-80 game. Malone just made this an 81 to 87-point game right now. Ferry from deep, and that knocks down. Ferry's very comfortable in his shots. So Uzo trying to run into the paint and just had some trouble with it. Then he handed it off. Almost tried to hand it off and then led to foul shots. But Suazo makes the first. Opportunity for the second. And that one hits. A battle for the ball at baseline. And he's going to call for a King's ball right there. Helping up his teammate. Slow to get up. Maybe it looked like they both slipped right there at baseline. Hopefully it's not a slipping hazard for the players. As they get that situated, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fan Base Network. And we are back for more action as Malone dishes this one off to the wing. Underneath the rim is Champ, and that's good. Camp's been very reliable underneath the rim as he's been being fed the ball more than once into this game. Everson looks to Gauthier. This one was knocked out by the King's hands, and this will be the Martins' ball. Johnson zigzagging, trying to find his space, gets knocked down, but a two-hand slam follow by Joel Camp. The two-hand slam don't matter because you're going to be seeing Devon Johnson at the line for two. After him been being swatted down heavily. Less than 8 minutes to go here. The first one hits. Second one bounces off the front of the rim. Johnson from deep. That's no good either. Looks to be a discussion of a call. As they discuss the call, don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sport Fan Base Network.
Fry up to the bakery sensation. Oh, nutty cakes, the sweetest creation. Melissa cupcakes, an explosion of delight. Bite into one and you'll forget all your plight. Sugar rush, what a thrill. Oh, nutty cakes that give you the chill. With every bite you taste buds awake. Indulging the goodness of a sweet mistake.
we are back here for a more ABA matchup up against the Martens versus the Kingz. Gauthier hits his one out. Almost a slam dunk opportunity, but foul up against the rim. That was Julius Goings. Goings will go to the line. He had the full palm of the basketball leading towards the basket. Nice drive, too. The shame that it was struck by a foul. First one bounces off the front of the rim. Kings are trying to extend their lead. And his second one drops in. Seems to be Camp got fouled again. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get in foul trouble late into this game after you having the lead of it. It's a 6-point game overall. You never want to let that get out of hand and not be able to have these points and have the lead. And you don't want your fouls to determine how your game is and the total of the results of this game, so you never want that to happen. Second one's no good. Fighting on the ball on the court. Going to throw this one to Camp. Camp going to throw this one to Johnson. Johnson weaving in and out. For three, no good. Soul Fury is going to take this one in his own hands, passing this out into the lane. And that one's good to Everson. Everson tries to bat that one out of his hands, and Malone knocks that one right in his face for a deep three. Fury going to slow down this offense. 93-89 game. Spin move towards the basket. In the corner for Gauthier for three, and that's good. Johnson going to take this one from deep. That's batted around the basket and no good. Kings are thinking this one's going to go the other way, and it is. Fury telling his teammates to space out. Tries to get the screen. Gauthier from deep. Off the front of the rim and no good. You're getting to see that more, that the Kings' shots are not hitting. And this might be in Bennington's hands. Johnson will go to the line. Excuse me, Malone will go to the line for some foul shots. A 6'3" shooting guard. You gotta love the size that he's gonna give you. A 1-year pro too. Also, former alum of Sonny Cobleskill. the second one drops in. A 5-point game here for the Martens. First one for Fury, and that's good. Second one bats around the rim and no good. Kingz will inbound this one to have possession. Back at it again. Everson hands it off to Fury. Gauthier drops it back. Gets knocked down after that play. That's a good up and in. Tim Harris fighting his way to the rim, but heavily fouled. He will go to the line for one. And that's good for number 12. Nine-point game. The Euro step, no good. Play is in the corner. Mitchell asking for it. Mason throws it up and knocks this one off the side of the backboard. And this will be airballed by Westbrook beyond the arc. Now striking less than 5 minutes left on the clock. 9-point game. Let's see if the Kings can hold it. They happen to travel half court. The final 5 minutes of this game can change. The Bennington Martens need to play solid defense and have great shot creators that help them to win this game. And this is anybody's game still. Try to get the fouls needed. But you need to idolize Mason in the paint. You're going to need to. Having Mason is definitely going to help you create. Keith Mason, he's 6'7". He's going to help you more. And as I said, drawing fouls, and he did knock the hand of Anthony Mitchell. Foul shot opportunities are important towards the end of this, and you're definitely going to need to create on these. You definitely need to take advantage. First one. Bats around and no good. Still a 9-point game. Anybody's game still. Some subs for the Kings. Tavares checks in for the Kings. Mitchell knocks that one down. Makes this an 8-point game. Kings are still on top. Ferry going to throw it to his teammate, top of the key. He They need to have some creation. Need to make some movement. No good there. And Terrell Camp happened to elbow Everson right into the face after him falling on the back of his back. Some very aggressive play there from the two players. Seven-point game, 4:25 on the clock. These last 4 minutes or so is going to depend on who will be the most creative player on this court, because you're going to need to create here. You're going to need to make some movements, and if you're not making these movements, you're not going to really get nothing happening on your side of the court. You definitely are going to need to do that. As timeouts are called, they're going to discuss their game plan. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fan Base Network. And we are back for this aggressive matchup up against the New Hampshire Kingz versus the Martens. Gauthier, mid-range, no good. Everson tries to get the putback. They're called for a foul. They're not going to get it. And Mitchell driving in basket gets it to go. 95-100. That's the scoreboard. Less than 4 minutes left on the clock at the moment. Tavares' flop gets the foul. But heavily contested right there. As you could have seen it from a mile away. He was trying to pull up right there at the wing, and then he just gets knocked over. So that's going to do it. And they're going to go to a timeout call right now. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sport Fan Base Network. And we are back here from Sports Fan Base Network. I'm your play-by-play broadcaster, Joe Clark, if you're just tuning in. This game's been a little bit of an aggressive one between the Kings versus the Martens. 100-95. Martens are down by 5 points. Depending on how these foul shots roll, it might be different. And Tavares has been hitting his shots. Gauthier has been hitting his shots. You have some good playmakers on the Kings squad, and their defense and their playmaking has been towering Bennington as a whole right now. And going on into the stretch of this game, this may be at a reach, depending on like how they are going to be playing. But Bennington has been keeping up with them as well. They had some nice opportunities too. They've been taking some nice shots as both of those foul shots hit. But both teams has been creating and having opportunities as Mitchell flies one up to the big man, and that's good. Mitchell brought the heat as he was driving into the lane as quick as possible. Try and make this one as close as he can. Mitchell coming out of Sage College, 2-year pro. He's always a guy that's going to be very reliable. He has a lot of speed out there. I will say that. Him and Johnson are the speedsters of this offense. They know how to elaborate on these fast breaks. As the first one hits, as I said, he's very reliable on these foul shots. Late in this game, they're very, very a must. In the beginning of the game, you could possibly get by it somehow, but you're definitely going to need them right now. And the second one didn't hit, but making this a 96-103 game, it's going to help. Your foul shots are definitely going to help you. Everson will be on the inbound. Fury happened to get fouled at the end of the court, which resulted in some foul shots for him. Try to extend the Kings' lead. It's up, and it's good. 104-96. Martens need to do something. Mitchell turns this one over to Everson. And another foul. So the Martens are getting in some foul trouble here. A timeout has been called for the Martens. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sport Fan Base Network. As we come back into this game, Ferry will take his foul shots after that timeout was called. As this one rolls around and goes in. And the second one is good. 106-96. 3:26 on the clock. Mitchell passes out to Johnson. Johnson is going to fall back a little bit. Gives this one off to Malone. Malone is in some trouble. And he calls a foul after that double team. With Everson and Gauthier double teamed him on the play after he was trying to shoot, but he shot. When he was on the shot, he threw his body in him, which is a great thing to do because you're going to be needing these foul shots. Into the first one, pinball's out. Second one bounces right off the front of the rim. Hands this one off the Ferry. Gauthier. Everson. Nice ball movement by the Kings. Gauthier from deep. And that don't matter. Because he will go to the line. Charles Doss will go to the line for some foul shots. Two to be exact. As the first one swooshes in. The second one slams right on the back of the rim, no good. Johnson is going to be quick on his feet. The Euro step and that goes in. They're going to be playing a half-court press here. Now this is turning into a full-court press. (107-98). This still can't be anybody's game. Johnson is going to dish this one off to Mitchell, and Mitchell with the Euro step. He loves going left to his right. That's what he's doing. 107-100. Everson going to hand this one off. Ferry. Turnover. Johnson at the post. Hands this one off to Malone. Malone trying to get something going. Three ball from deep. That's no good. Mason trying to get the putback, and he's heavily fouled. But Mitchell seems to be a little bit limping on the court. Maybe they should think about subbing him out. Mason gets the rebound back. Malone going to drive up to the rim. to put back by Mitchell, and that's good. 107 to 102. 1:30 left on the clock. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back here on Sports Fanbase Network. And we are back for more ABA action on Sport Fanbase Network. If you're just tuning in, my name is Joe Clark. And with the following 1:30 minutes left on the clock, the Kings are up 107 to 102. Got the ear for the three, and that banks on the backboard, and that's good. Malone from deep. That does not hit. Fury with the rebound. Hands it off to his teammate with the layup, and that's good. 110 to 102. 1 minute left on this clock. The Martins need to adapt to something. A big slam on the floor, and that's good for Mitchell. Driving to the basket. Mason on him. Gauthier calling it. Fury taking it into his own hands. Trying to dribble out the clock. 30 seconds left. In the final minute of this game, Fury will go to the line for two after being fouled. But some subs too. Gauthier will be taken out of this game for Buford. As that one knocks down. .8 seconds on the clock. This game got out of hand real quickly for the Martins. 114 to 102. 9.8 on the clock. Excuse me, 25 seconds left on the clock. 20 seconds now. Fury will go to the line again. You can't keep fouling him after he's going to keep hitting these foul shots. And that's what kind of ruined your momentum. If you're the Martins, you keep fouling. The fouls weren't in your hands. And when you did have the fouls, you didn't adapt to those foul shots. As the Martins are going to try and make an effort. As 5 seconds is left on the clock, Malone probably take the last shot of this game, and that hits for a buzzer beater. And that's the final score right there. 116 to 107. New Hampshire Kingz on top of the Bennington Martens. And that will be all, folks. This ended the game 116 to 107. This is Joe Clark signing out.